Was wäre, wenn dein alter Freund sie nicht zurückgeben würde?
Oh? Well, if it came to that, they would find a certain old lady knocking at their door. We haven't met in a while anyway. It would be nice to share a drink and chat. Well, you must have things to do. Since you have the bell, you should return. Oh, and do tell the person who sent you that if they have time, they can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
We will. Thanks, Granny.
So, Entschuldigung, Freunde, weil ich musste das nochmal neu machen, also nochmal schnell neu aufnehmen, weil da plötzlich in so eine komische Internetverbindung, was daraus passiert ist. Moment mal, ich muss mal kurz mal gucken hier, ich muss mal meinen Freund fragen hier. Das kann doch nicht sein, dass das schon wieder wegen dieser Internetverbindung blöd ist. Ich frage mal meinen Freund Sascha. Warte mal. Moment. Weil ich muss ja meinen Freund fragen, ob das noch funktioniert. Weil das Problem hatte ich ja schon mal hier. Weil nicht, dass wir das Problem haben, dass... Weil das Problem hatten wir schon mal. Wegen die Internetverbindung.
Indeed, this is the cleansing bell. Let's place the perfume we've prepared inside.
Kennst du Madame Ping?
Of course. How would I know that the bell was with her otherwise?
That's suspicious. But if you don't want to talk about it, we won't pry. Oh, yes, that old granny asked us to tell you something. If you have the time, you can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
That tone does not suit you. Still, her teapot is indeed very good. There are none better for brewing tea. When a suitable time arrives, I'll bring a spot of fine tea and pay her a visit.
So what's the next step in our preparations?
Next, we need to purchase kites.
Ooh, Paimon loves kites! Are you taking us kite flying? Is this our break time?
No. Kites are children's toys, yes. But they also play various symbolic roles in Liyue's rituals. I will explain it to you. But our next course of action should probably be to purchase the kites first.
Oh, sure. Curiouser and curiouser.
Oh, wir sind Abenteuerstufe 35 erreicht. Okay, Guys, wir sollten einen Drachen kaufen. Mal auf die Karte mal schauen. Das ist wahrscheinlich jetzt wieder unten. Ja, das ist unten.
wonder you're here. The 7 kites you asked for have been made to order. Would you like to take them now?
Yes, thank you.
It's rare to see customers who want to buy this type of kite nowadays. In the early days, we used to get orders from people of all walks of life.
Well, this is Mr. Zhongli from the Wangxiang Funeral Parlor, so he's probably well-versed in all these walks of life. We've talked about a whole bunch of things while traveling with him. He seems to know Liyue's favorite topics, money and government, really well, but he likes talking about less useful topics instead.
Well, that's because I prefer to share fun things with you.
Children's toys are very fun things, that's for sure. I enjoy watching the children at play as much as anyone else, but there is more to it than that. Finely crafted toys are well loved by children, but this craft itself has been honed over thousands of years, and there is meaning behind that. I have made kites in Liyue for 40 years, and I am intimately familiar with the forms passed down from my ancestors. The meaning of these 7 kites is far from banal.
Indeed. These are decorations used in the rite of parting. The 7 kites represent the 7.
I took the liberty of coloring outside the lines when doing the insignia of the Animo Archon. As for the kite that honors the Geo Archon, one must follow the contract given right down to the last letter. These patterns are ancient, and you can also find them in the Golden House.
Ah, Paimon's heard that name before.
Psst.
Huh?
The design of this kite displays a firm grasp on the cyclicality and eternity so dear to the Electro Archon. These markings of tree and leaf pay due honor to wisdom and the passage of time. All this on a single kite. Truly astonishing. Justice flows across the surface of the waters. War rages like a flame, as does that which the Cryo Archon wants.
The compliments of a learned man truly are pleasant.
Well then, Granny Shan, I shall take these back with me. As for the payment...
Ich wusste es.
Well, allow me.
Hä?
Hey, it's Child!
Habt ihr euch hier verabredet?
No, I was merely passing through. I see Mr. Zhongli's the same as ever. When paying, well, when getting others to pay for him, he neither looks at the price tag nor his wallet.
Hey Mario, schön dich zu sehen. Ist mein Internet gerade noch gut? Also letztens, vorher, wo ich gerade noch aufnehmen war, dann plötzlich wegen die Verbindung blöd und da musste ich hier mitten beim Aufnahme aufnehmen. Ist dieses Internet noch, also ist das Internet jetzt besser oder sieht man noch dieses Ausrufezeichen und die Erde?
He knows a great deal about money, and about the trials of the common man. He just doesn't consider poverty to be something that could ever happen to him.
Okay, gut, Mario. Okay, ich wollte nur fragen.
Or perhaps you could say that he cannot imagine himself lacking money.
How has he not died of hunger yet?
Weil das Problem hatte ich schon mal mit den Internetverbindungen.
Child, you are as fond of jokes as ever. Well then, the rite of parting requires helping hands as well as materials. We should be able to find some people near the harbor.
Oh, by the way, take this bag of money. You probably won't want to let Zhongli do the bargaining, if you know what I mean.
Ich habe immer noch das komische Gefühl, was es dann passieren
Seems I
würde.
missed out on some interesting information.
Oh.
I suppose I'll just have to find a more opportune moment next time.
Oh, ich glaube. Oi. Ich wusste, dass es irgendwas dann plötzlich passieren würde. Ich habe ein ganz mieses Gefühl.
Made another handsome sum today?
Hiring help? Sure. But let me just say first that I'm a reserve member of the Adventurers Guild. I take adventuring commissions, but I don't do anything clerical.
Adventure? Venturing into the mountains to capture a few crystal flies seems adventurous enough.
Mutige Abenteurer, ich benötige 5 Kristallschmetterlinge.
Eh? That's not hard. Almost a bit too easy for a reserve adventurer. Never mind. I'll only charge you 15,000 Mora. What say you?
15.000?
A most fair price.
Ist zwar viel, aber okay.
A pleasure doing business with you.
Okay. Und bevor ich weiterspreche, gehe ich in eine Abenteuergilde.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Belohnung für Abenteuerstufe abholen. Brillantbrocken kriegen wir sogar.
A full day of odd jobs at Eugene Terrace. No problem. 25,000 per day. A fair trade, yes?
Whoa, that's expensive. Could you give us a bit of a discount on account of the whole Hero of Mondstadt thing?
Hero of Mondstadt? Never heard of them.
Well, you may never have heard of this hero, but it seems you've heard of Mora nonetheless. Thus, I will simply pay the whole sum.
Ich zahle den vollen Preis.
Hey, that's a good price. Anyone would work for this much, Mora.
Oh, help? Sure. I, Tick, always put in 100% effort into everything I do. So what's the job?
Let me see. We are still missing some wooden implements over at Eugene Terrace. They aren't uncommon objects, so I didn't make any special preparations for them.
Recke, bring mir 50 Äste und 20 Bündel Feuerholz.
No problem. That'll be 20,000 Mora for a single trip. How does that sound?
20.000, okay.
Done.
Ups, wir haben anscheinend nicht genug Geld dabei.
This is all you got? Then no can do.
Du kannst dich an jemanden wenden, der sich den Graf nennt.
Child? No. He's putting up the money? Oh, still no. Wouldn't that mean I have to make 2 trips rather than 1? How about this? Let's make a trade. I'll take what you're offering right now, and get me a single Chinxin flower, and I'll consider that payment for a detour to find this child fellow.
Guess we've got no choice.
Have you brought the goods? Hey, that's pretty good. These things are pretty rare. And with this Chinxin flower, I should be able to pacify my daughter tonight. I'll make sure the work is done before I return home.
Warte mal, wo ist der Graf eigentlich? Das ist ja fast in der Nähe. Das ist ja fast in der Nähe.
Oh there. Come and see these rare and precious jewels.
Wow, Alter.
All finished then? Splendid. Any leftover cash is yours to keep. A favor for the Fatui should never go unrewarded.
You think you can buy us off with some loose change? No way! Paimon demands to know when the next payment is coming!
Well, how does this sound? You give me the information I need, and maybe I'll leave the Northland Bank's vaults open and unattended for half an hour.
What info do you need?
Das geht nicht.
Huh. Does that mean you know what he's after?
Was können die Fatui doch denn noch von uns wollen?
Yikes! You're right! Signora!
You both need to calm down. I don't know what's gotten into you. Just what is this about? The atmosphere got so tense all of a sudden.
Next, we need some everlasting incense. For this, we need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy, the finest pharmacy in all of... Is everything okay?
Everything is fine. I was just informing them that they need not return the surplus Mora. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be going.
Paimon definitely felt like Child wasn't happy with us just now.
Bubu-Hüte. Warte mal, wo ist denn das? Warte mal, ich muss mal auf die Karte mal schauen. Das ist ja ganz hinten. Ganz hinten. Aha, da hinten. Lass uns mal hochgehen.
The reception is deserted, and it seems kinda spooky in here. Hello? Is anybody there?
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Hmm?
Huh? Did you hear that? Where did it come from?
The reception, it seems.
How about you go check it out, and Paimon will bring up the rear.
What?
So many medicines, but no cure for heartache.
Was?
Oh, there you are. But you can't even reach the counter.
Also, wenn es der Größe nach ging, ist Paimon ja noch...
Joke's on you. Paimon floats, so height is no restriction. Anyway, there's something weird about this one over here. What's the talisman doing on her forehead? It can't be. She's a zombie.
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy. I am Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi, okay.
Once upon a time, Chi-Chi died. Then, Chi-Chi was saved by the Adepti. Now, Chi-Chi is a zombie.
Macht den Titel Stadt der Götter aller Ehre?
Something like this would be unimaginable in Mondstadt.
Hello, little girl. Do you sell everlasting incense here?
Excuse me, sir. Did you bring your prescription?
Surely no prescription is needed to purchase everlasting incense. It's not a controlled substance.
Chi-Chi can get your medicine, but only if you show Chi-Chi your prescription. These are Chi-Chi's orders from Chi-Chi.
Befehl?
Zombies are limited to acting within the confines of their orders. And somehow in this case, the zombie issues her own orders to herself. My dear Chi-Chi, we didn't bring a prescription, I'm afraid. but we do hope that you can still help us find some everlasting incense.
Okay then.
How did you manage that?
But Chi-Chi helps you. You help Chi-Chi. Only fair.
Since when do customers need to do favors for customer service staff?
Never mind. Just think of it as a peer-to-peer transaction. That way everybody wins. Sometimes in Liyue, the art of the deal is simply about victory via mental gymnastics.
Go to Mount Tianheng, find the Guizhong Ballista, and hunt a cocoa goat. Please and thank you.
Ich bin nicht sicher, ob ich das richtig verstanden habe.
Guizhong Ballista. I have heard of this device before. It's a kind of crossbow turret, installed on Mount Tianheng by an adeptus in the distant past, an early mechanical device. Located in Tianheng Pass, it was designed to automatically fire at large monsters, protecting Liyue from external threats.
Mr. Zhongli really knows Liyue inside out.
Apparently not quite. This is the first I have ever heard of the cocoa goat.
The cocoa goat is a legendary animal, an adeptabeast.
Did you want to add anything else, or...?
No, just that the cocoa goat is a legendary animal. What it looks like, don't know. Where to find it, don't know either. Where it came from, also don't know.
Das wird aber schwierig.
Very well then. Let's start by investigating near the Guizhong Ballista. Perhaps we will find some clues.
What the heck is a cocoa goat?
Was war das jetzt bitteschön? Was war das jetzt wieder? Also, versteht mich nicht falsch, aber... Wieso kann ein Mädchen ein Zombie sein? Ich bin sprachlos. Ich bin sprachlos. Alter! Alter Schwede! Sieht eigentlich so aus wie ein ganz normales Mädchen, aber wenn die sagt, die ist ein Zombie, da fällt mir echt den glatt irgendwie das Zeug vom Hals. Und wir sollen nach einem... Wir sollen irgendwas suchen. Wahrscheinlich ist es oben, oder? Aber da steht hier, Auftragsort erreicht. Da steht hier, Auftragsort erreicht. Shikiku, willkommen in meinem Stream. Untersuche das Götznis-Hawk. 35. Abenteuer Level 35. Aber ich bin gerade in einem Story-Modus.
It's huge! Paimon can totally believe it took an adeptus to build this. But how do you operate this thing? Just think how much strength you would need.
It is currently inoperable in any case. This device is broken.
Aw, what? It broke?
After millennia of wear and tear, even adepti contraptions are difficult to maintain.
Oh, du bist aber ganz schön weit, Shikiku.
So what are we gonna do? Quick, Mr. Zhongli, use your unlimited high society knowledge powers!
You almost make it sound like I'm some sort of bourgeois parasite whose only utility lies in providing quaint pieces of trivia on demand. That said, let me think for a moment. As I recall, there is a military supply post from that period somewhere inside the pass.
Also zwei 5 Sterne habe ich. Einmal Diluc und einer Ganyu.
If we can retrieve the spare parts from where they are stored, we may be able to repair the Guizhong ballista. One just needs to understand the basic working principles of the device.
So, what you're saying is that you actually understand the working principles?
I have a smattering of knowledge on the topic. With the parts in hand, I could at least tinker with it.
Ah, verstehe. Verstehe. Holt die Ersatzteile aus der Schatzkammer.
Where is that supply post? Here, post...
Aber wie komme ich denn da bloß rein? Holt die Ersatzteile aus der Schatzkammer zurück. Ah, warte mal. Wahrscheinlich... Ah! Da war eine Öffnung. Oh, und so viele Kisten. Meins, meins, meins. Ja, ich habe auch genau die richtigen ausgesucht. Ganyu und Diluc habe ich ja auch jetzt im Team. Weil ich habe ja irgendwie so ein komisches Gefühl, dass es irgendwann irgendwas kommt. Oder so ein Bosskampf. Oh, die Tore sind geöffnet. Dann reparieren wir mal. Ah, Alter. Ah, geh nicht schon wieder auf die andere Seite. So, reparieren.
Ah, these parts look useful. One moment. I will try to repair the device. It is done. The Guizhong ballista is more intricately designed than I thought.
Wie schnell ist denn jetzt schon repariert?
Ooh. Now how do we turn it on?
It's easy enough. We simply need to do this. Look, it even has a scope.
Over here we have nothing. And over there, more nothing.
Hey! Just what do you think you're doing?
Oh.
So you fixed up this turret because you're planning to do what, exactly?
Not a turret. A Guizhong ballista. Also, kindly state your name before you ask a question.
Are you blind or something? You're looking at the leader of the treasure hoarders, old man. This area's supposed to be chock full of hidden treasures, but you can't get anywhere near them with this thing keeping watch. Last time we approached the mountain, it nearly skewered one of our guys. A few of us risked our lives to disarm it, which amazingly we managed. And then we turn our backs for 2 seconds, and you've already gone and repaired it? The next thing you'll be repairing is your faces, and that's if you get out of this alive!
Tut tut. Vandalizing the legacy of an Adeptus for selfish gain. Disgraceful behavior. It is not we who need reprimanding, but you.
Wir sollten dafür bezahlen, aber nicht mit mir. Den sollt ihr denn lassen. Aua! Den sollt ihr denn lassen. Ihr habt keine Ahnung. Und verschwendet aus der Reihe. Was? Noch mehr Gegner? 50. Oder... warte mal kurz, ich muss mal bei den Figuren mal schauen. Waffe, ja, der ist auf Level 50. Ist auf Level 50. Oh, der greift da mit Flaschen an. Aber nicht mit wir Feueradler! Und das war's mit euch. Habt ihr nicht Besseres zu tun, als nur abzurauben? Was, du lebst noch? Und dann tschüss! Okay, Welle 3. Moment. Die Talente von Diluc. Talente. Level 4, also gehärteter Stahl Level 4, segnete Klinge Level 4 und Dämmerung Level 4. Ruhelos und... warte mal. Ruhelos ist die Höchststufe erreicht, also andere sind die Höchststufen erreicht.
Troubling ourselves over this rabble is not worth the time. We should focus on our contract with Qiqi.
Oh yeah, that! So we've got the Guizhong ballista working, but where's our Coca goat?
A search using the Guizhong ballista revealed no significant life forms nearby, save for the usual wildlife. What's more, a contraption built using Adeptus technology should have no trouble detecting an Adeptabeast, as Qiqi put it.
Which means... Paimon wouldn't go that far. We did something positive, right?
We won't solve anything while standing here and racking our brains. Let's return to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Good idea. We did our best, and that's what counts.
Warte mal kurz, Shikiku. Ich guck gleich. Moment. Weiter Artefakte. Hier 13. Noch 15. 10. 13. 13. Aber ich könnte mal hier diesen hier noch verstärken. Moment. Ich muss hier diese Artefakt, also Haarreif der Vernunft, kurz mal stärken. Okay, warte kurz. Hier. Also den hier habe ich gerade verstärkt. Dann noch hier. Dann noch den Feder. Die Uhr. Ach, du meinst alle Artefakte zeigen, oder? Okay, warte mal kurz. Warte mal, du meinst den Inventar und dann hier... Also, ich habe ja so ganz viele Artefakte hier. Andere habe ich nämlich das aufgestärkt. Besonders wenn ich denn immer sowas nehme, wenn ich immer hier die 4-Sterne-Artefakt. Ach so, warte mal. Warte mal. Wo ich das alles habe? Luxuriöse und so wertvolle Kisten habe ich geöffnet. Weil ich habe nämlich hier... Also, ich war vor uns auf dieser Schneeberg in Offline und habe nämlich so viele Kisten aufgemacht. Und es sind ja viele wertvolle... ich meine, es sind viele wertvolle und luxuriöse. Oh, na super! Mich hatte schon wieder diese Eispflanze hier mich gestört. Du störst mich, Eispflanze. Kannst du mir die Look-Artefakte jetzt zeigen? Ja, aber wenn ich zum Beispiel zu Artefakte gehe, da gibt es nur so 5, der hier besitzt. Aber da steht, aber was meinst du so alles zeigen? Soll ich auf Details des Artefakts oder hier auf oder woanders drücken? Ja. Zeigen. Na, du meinst hier die furchteinflößende Berserkermaske. L1, okay? Warte mal kurz mal hier, dann noch das. Hier. Also die zweite, dann noch die dritte. Die vierte. Und die fünfte. Also, ich habe ja insgesamt hier was der Dialog hat, nur 4 Sterne. Okay. Okay, du wolltest nur wissen. Okay, lass uns mal zurück zu Gigi gehen. Oh, findest du eigentlich auch komisch, warum Gigi irgendwie komisch spricht? Aber ich kann mir so irgendwie entziffern, dass die auch bestimmt ein Held oder Heldin ist. Okay, Gigi.
Forgive us. We were unable to fulfill our end of the contract. We found no trace of the Cocoa Goat Adeptabeast of which you speak.
What a disappointment. Don't worry about it. But I feel very disappointed.
Aw, poor Chi-Chi. Why does Paimon feel so guilty all of a sudden?
Gigi, kannst du uns noch irgendwelche weiteren Hinweise geben?
Cocoa goat milk is tasty. So tasty. Much better than normal goat milk. Only an Adeptabeast could make such tasty milk. I'm sorry. I have a poor memory. I cannot remember the name of the milk. That's why I wrote it down. Where did I put it? Ah, here. This is the name. Coconut milk.
Huh?
I owe you both an apology. I hastily agreed to what appeared to be an equitable agreement with this zombie child, when perhaps I should have undertaken further due diligence.
Never mind, Zhongli. You didn't know. As the Liyue proverb goes, all things are random and, so how are you supposed to predict anything? Literally no one could have seen this coming.
Excuse me, everyone. Did Chi-Chi say a bad thing?
Oh, sorry, but Paimon's gonna leave the job of shattering this poor kiddo's world to you.
Kokosmilch kommt von Kokospalmen.
No.
Seems Chi-Chi took this pretty hard.
Wir sollten sie nicht stören.
Someone learnt a valuable life lesson today, then.
What?
Thank you all for looking after my little Chi-Chi.
What? Wer bist du denn?
Might I ask who?
Ah, how rude of me. I'm Baiju, boss of the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Paimon thought Chi-Chi was the boss. Turns out it's some wacko who wears medicinal ingredients around his neck. What a sorry state of affairs. This little mascot is even more of a simpleton than Chi-Chi. Ah! The snake is speaking!
Die Schlange kann sprechen?
I prefer to stay silent, but faced with strangers, I must speak, lest you mistake me for an escapee from the medicine cabinet, for I am a living, breathing serpent!
Don't mind Chung Sheng. She's a good girl, really. As for you three, communal chaos causing with Chi-Chi aside, what business brings you here?
Do you sell everlasting incense in this fine establishment?
Everlasting incense? Why, of course we do.
Whew, at last! Things are finally starting to come together.
3 million mora. Top quality. Guaranteed.
3 Millionen?
You might as well just rob the Golden House. Oh, but the Cheesing have taken it over for now. Security will be tighter than usual.
3 million. An innocuous number in and of itself, though practically speaking, it could be a hard sum to come by.
It's a crazy number. We'd never be able to make that much Mora. And as for Mr. Zhongli, he's around 3 million short.
This is correct.
Direkt, aber wahr.
What are we gonna do? Is this the part where we go crawling back to child?
20 Minuten später.
Coco Goat! Coco Goat! My sides hurt. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe you fell for that.
Hey, less laughter, more sympathy.
I'm almost in tears over here. Thank you. That was the best laugh I've had in a long time. In return, I'm more than happy to sort out this mess you've managed to get yourselves into. Excuse me, sir. Dr. Baiju, isn't it? Truly honored. I'm Child, one of the Fatui Harbingers. Forgive my audacity, but I see a great many opportunities for us to collaborate in the future. If Boo Boo Pharmacy needed a stable supply of, say, coconut milk, the Fatui could help by setting up a robust and speedy distribution network.
Strange. I knew the Fatui infiltrated businesses with seductive deals, but so much fuss over coconut milk?
Coconut milk. Baiju, quick. Chi-Chi wants coconut milk.
Ah, yes, of course, Chi-Chi. Anything you want. Thank you, child. I look forward to a successful collaboration in the future. I can give you a discount on that everlasting incense, too. Let's say 2,990,000 mora.
That's like 0 difference from 3 million.
2,990,000. Also an innocuous number in and of itself, though practically speaking, it is a whole 10,000 less than the original sum of 3 million. Well, now that this is settled, we must head back to Yujing Terrace. Mr. Child, Dr. Baiju, Little Miss Chi-Chi, see you soon.
Ah, that lot is an absolute riot. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I laughed so hard. So, you've been eavesdropping, I hope? What have I missed?
Yes, Master Child. They spoke of the Qixing taking the Golden House.
Well, well, well. Ningguang and her Qixing cronies. What else would they be hiding in the Golden House, if not the Exuvia? I apologize, but I warned you, didn't I? As the old Liyue saying goes, the walls have ears.
Okay. Ich glaube, wir sollen ja wieder zum Platz gehen. Ich weiß überhaupt nicht, aber irgendwie ist es schon wieder komisch. Ich habe immer noch ein ganz komisches Gefühl. Warte mal, ich soll doch hochgehen. Ich habe irgendwie ein komisches Gefühl bei der Sache. So, da sind wir wieder.
Well, as it stands, we've hired helpers, and we've acquired the everlasting incense. The completion of our preparations is not far off.
Whew, finally!
Well, traveler, have you gained anything from our adventure so far?
Es war eine bizarre Reise bisher.
Odd.
Ich bin nicht sicher, ob das Leben der Reichtum und Mächtigen voll und ganz erlebt haben.
Which is it, I wonder? The questions that such travels raise are ever so complicated. Well, I'll leave you to ruminate over it yourself. As to treat you to a meal.
Jingli lädt uns ein?
Oh, yes, don't worry. I will remember to bring the Mora this time. Tonight, I shall take you both to an old hole in the wall, praised throughout Liyue.
Hole in the wall? As in a cool restaurant?
Indeed. Let us meet near the harbor, at third round knockout.
Okay, Einladung zum Essen. Und warte mal. Wie viel Uhr ist das eigentlich? Schauen wir mal die Zeit. Die Zeit. 4:44 Uhr, what? Dann sollen wir uns jetzt mal die Zeit ein bisschen ändern. Okay, da sollen wir uns jetzt mal zum 3-Becher-Rausch gehen.
Ah, you're here. There's no need to order. I've already done so. Third round knockout is not for lightweights, like those taverns in Mondstadt. Here, the owner does not take such unorthodox orders as fruit juice.
Also können wir endlich was Alkoholisches trinken?
I ordered some wine-fermented sweet rice balls for you, if that counts.
Als hätte ich mir nicht denken können.
If it is to your liking, dear customers, I shall continue the tale of Lady Ningguang's Jade Chamber.
Hey, there's even a storyteller here! Great atmosphere!
Besides fine wine, The excellent ambiance is the reason why this place is so well loved. But when I say ambiance, I refer to a different sort from the one the Tevat travel guide uses to judge other establishments.
As you all know, high above the land of Liyue lies a... What does it mean to have all-seeing eyes? This, my friends, Lady Ningguang's masterwork that bridges earth and sky. Imagine, the weather is clear, and you gaze down from the deck on the world below. Behold, the glorious sights of Liyue Harbor, stretching out far and wide.
Ah, da ist Ganyu. Ich hab's genau vorhin gesehen.
They say that when Lady Ningguang ponders important affairs, she retreats to her jade chamber with none but her 3 closest confidants in tow. Why brings she these trusted 3 to sift through sources, dig through documents, looking for information? Piece by piece, facts and figures paint a picture on the walls of the chamber. But well before the wall is filled, Lady Ningguang's mind is made up. Having made her call, she has every last document shredded, and whoosh, she scatters the shavings out her window. Ah, look at them, how they billow in the wind like a sudden swirling blizzard. As the fragments fall, traces of text flicker before the eyes of the merchants of Liyue, like ink stains in white snow. The saying goes, the rarest treasures in the land are the words brought by the paper snow. For the words of the Tianquan have the power to move mountains, and all throughout the land know it. These are but scraps of paper, and yet they guide Lady Ningguang's hand. Such is their value. Merely grasping 1 or 2 of them will surely gift you a fragment of her wisdom, enough to stay a step or 2 ahead of your peers.
Tianquan Ningguang. Feels like we're hearing this name a lot. Liyue locals talk about her. The Fatui hate her. She's most likely the one who hid the Exuvia, and we saw her at the Rite of Dissension. Huh. Paimon wonders what sort of person she is.
At last I have found you. You who returned from Jueyun Karst.
Who's there?
Paimon, lass uns gehen.
Wait, I am not with the Millelith, nor am I here to claim your bounty. However, I am an emissary of the Liyue Qixing. My name is Ganyu, secretary at the Yue High Pavilion, and I have come specifically to meet you.
Sekretärin?
Well, in concrete terms, I am the corporate secretary for the Qixing. At the moment, I am serving as Lady Ningguang's special emissary.
Ningguang sent you? We were literally just talking about her.
My apologies, you who have returned from Jueyun Karst. I am duty-bound and cannot extend my courtesy to you in full. But I have with me a letter from Lady Ningguang. She extends a formal invitation to you in her capacity as Tianquan. She invites you to her palace in the sky.
An official invitation?
Lady Ningguang said this. Invite him to come here. I wish to meet him. At the Jade Chamber, together we shall snip every one of these entwining dark threads.
Der Abschiedsbesuch, Auftrag abgeschlossen.
And with that, the emissary who called herself Ganyu just disappeared. But we've received an invitation from the Liyue Qixing. Paimon still can't believe it. We'll be meeting people that have way more money than Paimon could ever count. We should be on our best manners.
Ich beachte immer meine Manieren.
An invitation to visit the Jade Chamber is a rare honor indeed. You'd best be on your way now. But don't forget about the rite of parting. Once you've finished at the Jade Chamber, meet me at Dihua Marsh.
Don't worry, we won't forget. Dihua Marsh. We'll see you there.
Aufsteigenden Stern. Nächster Abschnitt.
Made another handsome sum today.
Okay, das war auch eine sehr schöne Geschichte, aber dafür muss ich jetzt mal mein Part leider beenden. Also schön, dann sehen wir uns dann bald wieder hier im Genshin Impact. Hoffentlich hat euch das gefallen und wir sehen uns dann bald wieder. Macht's gut und ciao, ciao.